Today we're going to look at addition and subtraction with different strategies. This aligns with lesson 4 in the unit 1 for 3rd grade math. And in this first video, I think we're going to probably only have time to cover the addition, and we'll save the subtraction for our next one. But this is a review lesson of the strategies that we have learned. We've learned for addition, place value strategy and friendly number. For subtraction, we've learned to draw a picture and place value. And we actually, in one of the videos, so let's begin. Let's start with place value strategy. And this problem is taken directly from the Re-Engage page. Now notice there's little gray areas. That's for you to type in. I recommend doing it in a notebook first and then copying things over. It's hard to do the problem and look for keys on the keyboard at the same time. So that's my recommendation. For place value strategy, we decompose our add-ins into expanded form. And that's expanded form is based on place value, which is why it's called the place value strategy. So let's do that. Let's break up this first add-in, 883, into expanded form. The 8 is in the hundreds place, so we write 800. Our next digit is also an 8. It is in the tens place, so its value is 80. And for this place value strategy, we are using the values. Instead of writing the number of hundreds or the number of tens, we're writing the value of these digits. And the last digit in the first add-in is a 3, and so that is 3 ones. First one done, 800 plus 80 plus 3. That's really expanded form for 883. Let's try the next one. We have a 1 in the hundreds place. So 100 is that value of that 1. We have a 0 in the tens place. So we just put a 0 over here. And the last digit is an 8. And so we'll put an 8 in the ones spot. First part's done. Now we add our ones, our tens, and our hundreds. Although for this exercise it doesn't matter which you do first, I recommend adding the ones, the tens, and hundreds in that order because that's the order that we do when we do the standard algorithm. So 3 plus 8 is 11. 80 plus 0. Well, that stays at 80 because we're not adding anything. And if I know that 8 plus 1 is 9, then I know that 800 plus 100 would be 900. So the next step is to transfer these values into our working form over here, our vertical way of adding, our working form. Let's see, let's start with the 900, put that on top, then we'll put the 80, then we'll do 11. Let's add them up. 0, 0, and 1 is 1. I can skip looking at the 0 because I know it has no value, so I'm just going to go straight to the 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. And 9, we're not adding anything to it, so it stays at 9. So there you have it. Our answer is 991, and we solved this problem by adding up our place values for our add-ins. All right, let's look at the next problem. And our next is using the friendly number strategy. Okay, for friendly numbers, what that means is that we're going to trade back and forth between these two numbers to find a way that might be a little bit easier to add. And one way of doing that is by changing one of these numbers to a number that ends in a 0, to a multiple of 10, like 10, 20, 30. Now these are in the hundreds, so it would be 540, 550, but a multiple of 10. So we look at each one and then decide which one we are going to choose. So 549. Well, that is only one away from 550. So if we add 1 to 549, 549 plus 1 is 550. Now 231. I don't want to go backwards to 230. In this strategy, we're practicing adding. How far away is it from the next multiple of 10, which would be 240? Well, I know that 1 plus 9 is 10, so 231 plus 9 would be 240. All right, now which of these is easier to work with? Which of these is the smaller number? Well, it's the 1. So that's the one we're going to use, and we're just going to ignore this. I think I'm just, for just so we don't get confused, I'm just going to cross it out because we're done with that step. I don't want you to erase it because it is an important step, but we're not going to use it. What did we do? We added 1 to 549. That's what we're going to do here. Circle the plus sign, add 1. What did we get when we added 1? We got 550. Now I could do it this way. 9 plus 1 is 10. The 1 goes up here. 4 plus 1 is 5. And bring that 5 down. Works either way. Since we added 1 to the 549, we need to take that 1 away from 230. Because it's like if we have a pile of pennies. We've got 549 pennies, and then we've got 231. If we take 1 from this pile and put it into this pile, when we add them together, we still get the same answer. So that is a perfectly acceptable strategy. 231 minus 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. 3, there's nothing here to subtract. We bring it down. 2, nothing here to subtract. We bring it down. So these are our new add-ins that we're going to add. So you might be able to add those in your head. I like to write things out. It shows my steps. I have 550 plus 230, 0 in the ones column, 5 and 3 in the tens column. 5 plus 3 is 8. And 500 plus 200 is 700. So our answer is 780. 780. And I think that is a good strategy to use because that is a lot easier to add than 549 and 231. Hope this was helpful.